Hey, everybody. Welcome to the weekly Inside Real Estate Lead Generation and Conversion Tactics. I'm suffering from a little bit of a head cold today, so please bear with me, and we'll get started here in just a minute. Can somebody please let me know you can see my screen? There we go. Annalisa, can you see my screen?
Well, yeah, and I think you need some Visine too, buddy.
All right, let's get going. Enough joking around. I am going to turn off my camera because it bogs down the webinar software a little bit here. So let's get that off. Welcome everybody to the weekly session. Just having a little bit of fun, and that seemed to be an effective way for you guys to let me know you could see me. So that was cool. I may have to do that every week because you all chatted. What's up with the mask? So that's what's up. I was just playing around. Anyway, this is the weekly session. It will be recorded. You can find the recordings over at facebook.com/conversion/videos. We have about 5 episodes in this latest series in the can. You can visit those anytime, and this episode will be uploaded there as well as posted to the group probably later today or early tomorrow morning. And that's about it. Let's jump in. How you doing, Annalisa?
I am doing well. It's super sunny here, so us mole people of Washington State are a little scared.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have the opposite effect here in St. Pete. If it gets
I
cloudy,
know.
it's like,
Yep.
all right. All right, so what we're going to do today, and I'm glad you're on, Annalisa, because you're probably going to be helpful to me, helpful in this endeavor, is we're basically going to do kind of a recap session, and we're going to go over some of the latest features that have been added, kind of dig in, explain what they are. I know it's hard when a lot of stuff's being released for everybody to be tuned in, and as well as showing what these features are. Maybe we'll riff a little bit about ideas and ways you can use them. So and of course, you guys can feel free to chat in the box if you have any questions or anything you want talked about. This will be kind of a wild card session without a lot of that usual structure on the tactical end. So I'm going to dive right in. One of the things that's been added recently is the hero theme design option. And basically, if you go into the dashboard and you go under website and you go to customize my website, you can do some pretty fun things if you toggle the template to hero. So I've done that right here. And I'll bring up my site. I was playing around with it a little bit earlier today. Let's go there. Oh, it did take my picture. I need a better picture for the website. But I was just playing around. And what I did, I wonder where it went, was I actually had a YouTube video here playing in the background. I wonder if it's lagging. Let's see, or maybe I accidentally deleted it.
I saw the code's there.
Yeah,
It
the
just might
code's
be
there.
taking a moment.
Yeah, and it is a longer video. It's an old property tour I had made. It could also be a little bit of caching, I think. So bottom line is you're able to insert a video, a background YouTube video at the front of your site, and it looks really, really cool. I can probably show it. Let's see, Florida. I can probably show it in action here on a KV Core site, just to give you an idea. Oh,
And for
look at.
those, I was going to say, for those who are logging in because this is for conversion and KV Core, this is also something you have ability to change up on your KV Core dashboard via websites and editing. So you've got your hero template, which is basically the foundation template within Core. So speaks to the same type of thing.
Yeah, and this is interesting. It looks like my browser here. I'm going to do the unthinkable and bring up Internet Explorer. Here we go. This was just working. I was at another location 20 minutes ago before I came back here, and it was working fine. So let's see. I got to remember the URL. Sorry, guys. Well, I guess that's what these sessions are for. And things like this always happen right when you go live. But this feature was working fine, and the bottom line is behind my face here and in the header. There it is. Thank you. You see what's going on, Annalisa?
I was actually looking for a different video, but yeah, that looks good. Yep,
Yep. So
I
what
see
I
it.
did here Yeah, I plugged in a YouTube ID for an earlier property tour I had done, and I've made that the background of my homepage of the site. Now you can add anything you want. You can go. I have I've added just like a general video of the area that somebody else created, and you can go into YouTube and just basically swipe any video you want, like so. So I might go to YouTube and do St. Pete, Florida.
Well, they should probably make sure they have the rights to use it or permission to use it, right?
Well, I
Maybe.
figured that question will come up. Here's the thing. It's YouTube and it's uploaded to YouTube.
There you go.
So
Okay.
use your
Just
own
making sure.
discretion. Yeah, use your own discretion. I mean, ideal is that you use your own a video you've taken. And it might also be cool if you had a video of you showing a house to people. It might be a really cool effect if you had somebody follow you around while you're giving a property tour or standing out in front of a property. Or you could just take a neighborhood tour, you know, in your car driving around one of the areas you service. But yeah, so like I could just grab, I want to show everybody how to get the URL, the ID. So I'm going to just do that here. Say I wanted to grab this one. And what you're going to be taking is this part up top. Let's try to make this bigger. This part right up top after it says V equals. And that's basically your video ID. And if you pop that into the hero option right here, it'll change the video. Now, I'm
And
pretty sure, I'm going to go ahead.
I was going to say the video plays on desktop, laptop. It will not play on a mobile because we don't want to lag people's devices or like suck up their data plan. So it's going to play for the desktop, laptop access.
Awesome. Yep. So this is desktop, and then it looks a little more condensed on mobile and doesn't play the video. Yep. And also, I'm pretty sure Google's going away from allowing autoplay on mobile anyway. So, yeah, makes sense. Now, use large background image. I'm not sure what this does. Does this overrides the video, or it's in place of the video, right?
From what I understand, yes. So basically, like on the old foundation template for conversion, it was a more slimmer type of banner, right? And with the hero template, you can actually like double the depth or the height of that photo. So that's the enlarged photo right there.
Yep.
And then like the other would be like half the size basically.
Okay. Save and preview. I put it back. It should now show the video. You know what it could be? It could be picking up my, actually now that I think about it, it could be picking up my Chrome as a mobile device because I'm kind of on a two-in-one here. So it might be that. And you have some other options. We don't need to drill in deep, but you can hide your picture, you can show it, you can make it square versus circle. You can hide your office name on the home page, change some primary colors, and you can get rid of the chat widget, huh?
You can. We would definitely say make sure, because people are engaging a lot more with, Messenger or any, basically support can attach a chat service that you choose more than likely. They'd have to, of course, double check. But we do suggest making sure you get your Messenger connected so you have that conduit for people to contact you via your site. And you'll actually get, messages via Facebook, via Messenger from clientele, and people sometimes forget to check on that. So always make sure to check your other messages.
Yeah. Check your other messages. That's one thing I'm very guilty of. I think everybody who uses Facebook knows that if you go up into where everybody's chatting, you see here I have a message request, and some people are trying to talk to me and I never see it. So I mean, I don't know what you think, Annalise. I really wish Facebook would change that and make it just come as a regular message.
Right. Yeah, it's a little convoluted, and there's also a separate way to find it in the mobile, but I'll make sure to add that information to Ryan so we can have it in his recap.
Cool. So that's that. Actually, and I'll get you guys. Let me drop this in because I know somebody's going to ask. I'll get you a list of all these changes in case you have to leave early. You have it for reference. Here's the doc we're working off of today. Here, send to all. Okay, so that's the new theme options. I don't think a lot of people knew those are available. They're just kind of fun. I don't think they're going to make you a lot of money at the end of the day, but they allow you to kind of customize your website, make it pop a lot more, and it is a fun feature. And something that you might pay a lot of money to have designed elsewhere with third-party solutions. So it's really cool that Conversion allows us to do this stuff. Next, we have the Sphere newsletter. Now, I guess I'll first click and bring up an example. And what this is an email that goes out every month. Correct me if I'm wrong, Annalisa. It goes out every month to everybody who's categorized as Sphere, right?
Within conversion, yes.
Within conversion. How does it work in Core? Is that
I
currently
have
in
not
there?
heard news on that within KV Core. I know it's a conversion tool they built purposely into conversion.
Okay, so I'll address this for the people who are asking. We're gonna have to split these sessions off. There'll be a separate one for Core. I know we've been leaning toward conversion these first few weeks, and it's mostly just because that's what I know, to be honest and transparent. But yeah, everything you see here should be close to being available in Core, right? So that's the format right here. Sorry. And basically what it does, it says in April, the median home price in your area went from X to X. And then it features the most viewed blog post on your site as sort of just a way to keep you in front of people and see your latest content, the most featured content. One thing that we want to make sure everybody knows is that if you're not doing blogging and you're not posting, then it's going to be the agency's most subscribed post, right?
Right. It's going to be, it's usually it uses the blog with the agent with the highest view count. So
Yep.
it's important that you continually keep blogging when it comes to community posts to show you're involved in your community. What do you know about the community? How can you serve as a resource? Along with, different types of lending programs and listings and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you can at least once a month, just do a deal of the month or something post, just so that when that Sphere letter goes out, you get to show you're an expert. The ideal thing to do would be to have some video in there. I could show an example that I did. For example, yesterday I had a deal fall apart. I posted this in the group, and I simply did a quick screencast and said, hey, this deal fell apart. I'm shopping for another buyer before it goes live in the MLS again. If you could just pop something like this on your site once a month, it's going to serve you well when this automatic Sphere letter goes out to everybody who's in your sphere of influence. So this is useful. I think it's a cool feature. You don't have to do much work, and at least keeps you top of mind with your sphere on some level. So great new feature. And if there's no post from the agent, it is going to use your company's most blog post. I think the danger there is if your office is in multiple markets, say there's a big account or something, you could have content going out from a market that's not near where you are. So you definitely want to post there. Okay, next, very similar is the market newsletter. That looks kind of like this. I'll bring it up. A little bit different. It talks about the median home price, gives some stats, gives listing counts, stuff that's on the market, some zip code averages, and then they can click and view the full report for that area on the site, which we kind of touched upon last week here. So if they were to click, I should show that, right, Annalisa? Let's see. So
Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to go to a specific stats page for a specific area.
Oh,
like
the bottom of that
specific
page.
zip code.
It should show the very
Yeah.
bottom. Oh, but if you want to zip, you go up
Yeah.
into your URL and then you change the Bradenton to a zip code up in the URL.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. And last week when we were talking with Shane about retargeting, he was showing how he's using this to generate seller leads, where he'll offer this page as sort of a market report to people, which I thought was pretty clever.
And what's cool is, like, I know some people are like, hey, what about KV Core? So, like, people who are using KV Core, you can use this trick yourself here up in your URL too, to take the town out and then drop in your zip to have individual information about those zip codes.
Yeah, this is really cool. This is my zip code, so like to me, I mean, I'm still a little amazed. Like I'm trying to dig in and read it while I'm talking to you guys. So it's cool information. And that's basically what the weekly report does. So we had the preview here. It's going to let them view the full, and switch over here. And now this is going out to everybody who you specify a zip code for. Correct, Annalisa? So let's go. In order to make sure somebody gets this every month, say a past client or somebody, you're going to go into the contact record, and you're going to pop a zip code right here in the contact record.
Just make sure they're a Sphere bucket.
Did you? They also have to be in the Sphere bucket?
Are you looking at the market report or the Sphere report? I apologize. I looked
Yeah,
away
this
from
is the market specifically.
Oh, market report. You just drop the zip in. Yeah, on the profile tab. or
and
that
it'll go
second.
to anybody
Yep.
who has the zip code. Okay.
Yes.
So this is really cool. I could see offering to generate the seller lead, offering that page that I just showed here. So offer this, they opt in, they see this. Your follow-up might be, hey, I saw you access our market report. You want me to send you a full report on your specific property? And then from there, when you work the lead, when you manage it, off of the hashtags as it comes into your system, you're going to go ahead and pop that zip code into that lead down here and have an admin do it. So they're automatically getting something from you every month. It's a really easy way to do that. Can you only use one zip code? Is a question from Sarah. Well, that would just be for the market report, right? And Lisa, can you put a city in there?
Well, it's based off of the towns or AK cities, or you could, so it's going to pull automatically the cities of which, like, the areas we cover was encompassing when the broker set it up on Conversion, or the agent can control it on KV Core. And then you can do the one-offs by adding in one individual zip code up in that URL. However, I'm going to inquire with support to see if you can put commas in within the link or within the market report.
Yeah, so I think the question pertains to this. I'm assuming Sarah means, can you put more than one zip here for their update report?
I'm going to find out.
Yeah, Annalise still checking into that. Let's see. Great. Thank you for handling the questions. I see you got them. Okay. So that's the market newsletter. Yeah, definitely offer this as a service for seller past clients. If you meet somebody at a bar, that the script is, can I set you up to receive property updates and market report updates, even if they're not thinking of buying someday. This is a great thing to offer to just get people to let you put them into your database. If you collect a business card at an event or something, great thing to leverage. Okay, so that's that. The market newsletter and Sphere newsletter reports, some nice automated follow-up features here that have been added recently. Next, we have the drip webhooks. And I got like a 9-minute video that I put into this document that you can watch. It's posted to the group. But basically, it's a little more advanced. It allows you to send webhooks and have conversions, drip campaigns communicate with third-party softwares. So you find that under My Settings, and the feature is found when building and editing drip campaigns down here. So if I go down to add drip emails or texts, I pick my day, and then let's say on day 25, I wanted to send an automated voicemail with something like Slide Broadcast. I would use this webhook feature, and I'd paste the webhook in here. Now, for the purposes of this weekly session, it would take me a long time to demo all this. I drill down deeper in the video in the document, and also this is probably you'll want to show to more techie people at your company. It's a little, unless you're really familiar with webhooks and Zapier, it might be a little advanced, but this is very, very powerful and useful for people operating at a higher level. So that's that, the new webhook feature. Another thing that's been added recently is the ability to set blast calling from the broker dashboard. So rather than log into the broker dashboard, basically what you can do if you have access to the broker dashboard is set it so that new leads ring the phones of multiple agents at the same time. So if you're at an office, maybe your broker's not on this session or your team leader, just let them know this is a possibility so that it increases the chances that somebody picks up the phone. You have multiple people call at the same time. Whoever picks up first gets the lead. And for the person spending the money to generate those leads, this could be a pretty big deal and an upside. So it's a new feature there that you can set. You can also continue to not dial at all, but just send a default text message as well, which is my personal favorite way to do this. But everybody has their own ways of doing it, and Conversion is making it very, very flexible here with the ability to blast multiple agents.
And for those who have access to the Conversion Broker dashboard, it's located via Settings. If you hover over and click on Settings and scroll down to the third area for the phone settings, that's where you're going to find that information.
Cool. Okay, and then next feature we have here, we're blowing through these quickly, but sorry. The seller information can be sent in and out. Now this is tied in actually with the webhooks, is where one place where this will be pretty useful. You can now send out the seller full address, the seller lead email, and lead
phone, I think,
lead
is the new
phone,
one.
full name,
Yeah.
seller full address. This is where the seller full address is big, especially if you're trying to push leads in and out on the seller side. So say you're using a third party form, something like this. I like to show this example that I built for a friend. You're using a third party form to generate seller leads. This information can now be zapped into Conversion, as well as it can be pushed out via those drip webhooks and through Zapier directly to other platforms. So if you want to send follow-ups in the mail and things like that, you can get the full info there in that payload. Okay, and then really quickly, the new left side navigation. What do you think, Annalisa? Justin asked me to help with this, just to kind of like separate some of these features out and make them more findable.
I think it's great.
Cool, cool. Yeah, you should be able to find it. You should be able, especially the lead generation stuff. This stuff was all hidden in a navigation item. You can now quickly get to the custom text codes, the 800 call capture, building landing, and squeeze pages and things like that over on the left side. So we know for some of you guys this was a little disorienting, but now that you'll probably get used to it, you should find that it's easier to find things in the dash.
Are you going to pop into the lead section real quick, if you could?
Yep.
I just want to point out to everyone, when you're looking at the lead section, those are all of like your different buckets that you have now. So instead of just lead, client, and past client, now you've got these different buckets, and everybody lands with a new lead, and then it's up to you to determine where do you want to put these people. So you can move them in and out of different sections. Now, if you scroll down just a little bit below leads, open it back up. There we go. See where it says actively searching and not searching? I kind of call this like giving your leads the eyeball. So when you have those little eyeball icons there, actively searching means these people have been actively engaged looking on your website in the last 90 days. Great. So odds are we have listing alerts set up. All of our communications are firing. If you see not searching, it's really important you double check yourself, and maybe once a week make it like a plan to spend 15 minutes looking at this, because these are people that have not actively engaged on your site in 90 days plus. So we need to, so if you see zeros where that little eyeball column is, like at the fifth column from the left, that means odds are listing alerts are not set up, or a listing alert is set up, but the filter's so tight they're not getting anything, so we're not bringing them back to our site to look at properties. So if you see a lot of zeros there, don't be like, oh my gosh, this is a lot to slog through. Just maybe make it a goal of updating 10 a day, power through it, get those party invitations out to have people come back to your site, and so they can move back into the actively looking bucket.
Yeah, it looks like I had my dad set up alerts for everything, so it looks like he might have screwed something up because none of them seem to be going out.
Geez, Dad.
So yeah, that's a good thing to know. I'll keep my eye out. In fact, all of this kind of stuff, guys, whenever you get an idea like this, just a tip, I'll go into Google or whatever you use for calendar or tasking, and just do boink. Check not searching. And I'll repeat this thing. It's only going to be like a 10-minute appointment with myself.
Right. And you can, give them the eyeball, and then you can also look at the other columns, like when's the last time I called them? When's the last time I texted them? When's the last time I emailed them? Do I need to set up a future event? So, as you're looking at the columns, you can be like, well, maybe Monday's the day I check to see if I called. Maybe Tuesday's the day if I called and left a message, do I need to email them or text them? So you can kind of work through those methods of communication too.
Cool. Yeah, so that's a good tip. I got to clean mine out here. I did a quick push on leads and turned off all my ads because it was too many. But yeah, the name of the game should be, I shouldn't have 76 newbies in here, right? That they should be getting moved over, and they're not. But if you stick to moving things over, you should have success. Let's see. And then the last thing I had on the list here, Craigslist auto post area. Maybe we can just show that now, Annalisa. I know you know where to find it. I'm going to stumble a little. If I go into Craigslist.
We'll actually open up the dashboard.
Yep, and go to settings first, right?
What are you showing how to connect it, or what are you attempting to?
Well, I'm showing how to set the custom posting area for Craigslist. It's a new feature.
Oh, the disclaimer section.
No,
Well,
the Craigslist auto post link.
oh, I got you. So yes, if you have, you know, all of you have the ability to connect the Google Chrome extension, which allows you to have the Craigslist like poster connected, so you can write a listing in like 30 seconds on Craigslist. If you fall outside of the area of which is default setting for your brokerage, and you maybe use a different area of Craigslist that's, you know, a couple towns over or something, you can actually grab that content from the Craigslist for that area that you need to use instead of the one that's default by your company, and you can drop it into that auto post link to connect you to a different area.
And the way to do that is I hit post, right?
I have done it once.
That's all right. I'm gonna
I've got it written down, and I have a video on it, but so I'll make sure that they get that when you send a recap.
It'll be in that doc. Actually, I had it copied, but I just didn't paste it into there because I went and watched your video earlier. So, and then it's real estate by broker.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe you know what? I have to be logged in, I think.
Yeah, there's a couple things in place there.
Yeah. So. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna have to post the link. This is one of those things you'll only do once, and then forget how to do it. But just know that it's available to do, and if you need help, support can help you probably find the link right for your area.
Ryan, just as an aside, Chris Carlson, hey Chris, he has a question on who do we email at conversion to install the hello barcode on our site? So that would be support@insiderealestate.com.
Yeah, but you know, I noticed something this morning really quickly. Have they added the ability, if I go on their website, you see this? Oh, bummer. I thought maybe they were letting you do it now. So, so that's just Justin playing tricks on me again. So under website, if you go to add custom scripts, it opens a link to support it inside.
Right.
All right. I thought maybe we could self-serve that now.
Nope.
Nope. So yeah, that's it. The answer, as Annalisa said, is to just mail that code over right there with that subject line. It is one of those clever Justin hacks, so he always makes me smile going through this. All right. So that's it for new stuff. We have a little bit more time today. I don't know if anybody wants to drill deeper on anything in particular. If you have any questions about anything, what traffic sources are working well, things of that nature, feel free to ask. We can riff for a little while here.
I hope I say this name correctly. Is it Tiebaut? Has a question on what's the best way to generate more leads without using my social media?
Sure.
Offhand, I would say custom text codes.
Yeah, it's going to be custom text codes and direct pay-per-click, Google or Facebook. We have a la carte options in the dashboard that you can find down on the left here. Where are those? So you can order lead generation directly from Conversion, buyer, seller leads. And then if you look at all the previous recordings of these sessions, the last 4 or 5 weeks, I have a session in there about a real estate deals funnel we did a few weeks ago. I would say that for anybody who wants the cheapest leads possible and you're looking for long-term database growth, that would be where I would go first. Watch that. Also watch the text codes episode and oops.
And I'm just dropping the Craigslist video on how to change the default into everyone's chat there.
Cool. And otherwise, there's also all of these, you know, the last few weeks except for today, we talked a lot about this. The first video here, a simple game plan for leveraging conversion, that does rely on social media, but talks about different ways to get your links out there. And then this set it and forget it deals funnel is where I would go first if I were totally new. I would just follow that to a T, and you should be able to expect pretty good results from that. Good questions here. Best way to market to past clients. We could do a whole session about that, but I would say my favorite way to use conversion to market to past clients is to set them up for alerts as if they were a buyer. and tell them that you're doing that so that they can always keep track of the value of their property. That's kind of the script. So you just have a closing. Hey, by the way, I'm going to set you up for everything that sells in the 19104 zip code that comes on the market, just so you have a general idea of the market. And then you would set that alert up for not every day, but maybe once a week, I think is one of the settings. And of course, they're going to get the automated, if you put them into your sphere as well, they'll get that automated report once a month too. That should help you out.
And Edna's saying, how often should I make touch base with someone in my sphere, text, emails, etc.? I would think that would need to be determined on what you're targeting. Who are these people in your sphere? And if you're using hashtags to organize your sphere, so you can send out, unique information to those groupings, don't you think?
Yeah, so it is good to at least create at least one unique piece of content every week and do a mass email. And at any time that you think that information will be relevant to your spheres, send it to them. Another thing you could do here, another way to look at it is that you should probably, for everybody in your sphere, have another follow-up schedule. So you could always go, and I believe you can assign drip campaigns to them, right? So
yes.
See where here. So you could build a sphere drip campaign that reminds you to call them, or send specific emails. Like you could, at a specific time, or you can manually make sure that every one of these people always has a contact, a next contact assigned. So I would like to add a 1 month reminder, say. So call and check in. And 1 month might be too much. I might actually ask them to add a 90-day here, Annalisa. Say that you're touching people 4 times a year.
That works. That would be good.
Yeah. So maybe we add a 90-day in there, and just make sure that every time you have an interaction, you make sure you're set up for a new one. The campaign, the default campaign the drip campaign where you can remind yourself is probably the most efficient way to automate that.
And also, we had a really great class called Powering Up Your Sphere of Influence last summer with our InPower Digital Academy. And I just dropped the video link to that class into the chat there. So I would really highly suggest you check that out. Also, when you're on your conversion dashboard and you click on training videos at the bottom left, you'll also have direct access to those classes anytime, 24/7, 365. They're just embedded, so they'll open it up and see those videos.
Cool, right there. And I was just showing here in the drip alerts how you can kind of send right here, which says to me. You can send yourself emails and texts. So you can basically schedule, make a drip campaign that is your sphere follow-up, call it sphere follow-up, and just add an event every 30, 90 days and assign people in your sphere to that. And you know what? Now that I'm saying this, not to make more work for our devs, but it would be cool if we had a pre-canned sphere campaign in there that only sent you reminders. Right? So anybody put in a sphere, you'd just be reminded once a quarter to touch base.
It would be very cool. Yeah.
Yep. So hopefully I'll make a note here and try to push that up to the devs. Thanks for that question. You're making us think and come up with new ideas. Let's see. What is the next? What do we got next?
So, how do I promote open houses through conversion? Gosh, there's many different types of ways you can go about that with single property squeeze pages, landing pages, like what I call like squeezing the landing page, custom text codes, blogs.
Yep, all of the above, right?
Yeah, any combination thereof, yeah.
So I would say with that a paid Facebook ad, if you want very, very, very quick exposure, that's sort of like right to the main line and is going to get you results. You're going to want some kind of paid Facebook ad, and then you're going to want to incorporate the elements that Annalisa just mentioned. So I want to bring up an example here.
So like do targeted keywords and exclusion words, that kind of thing.
Oh, when targeting your ad? Well, so I'm going to show, here's something I did with an agent in New Jersey probably about a month ago. And we also did one in Florida here. So here was one. She said she had 5 people show up and say they saw the ad, to give you an idea. And we spent about $39, I think. Remember that number. And all we did was we said, let me make this bigger for you guys. We just said open house. We gave time. We gave the address and just simply click for more details. That's not a conversion site. Let's do one that's a conversion site here. Here's one. So click for, this is the format, open house, the address, the time, click for more info, and then you're going to generate leads here. This listing may or may not still be here. It is. So they're going to land on your conversion site to see information about the property, and then they'll be prompted to register eventually. So this particular ad, all we did was target it to people we thought might buy this house. So you just use common sense, probably people, I probably ran it to parents of younger children because it's a bigger house in an area where people move to in a good school district or something. You know, and you just pick that, show it to everybody in the neighborhood, and you'll get lots of activity. The text. Let's go back here. So Annalisa kind of talked about the different things. You can do a text code ad. So that was a simple, what I just showed you was a simple ad where we talked about the problem and we gave a link over to our conversion site. A text code ad would look something like this. I posted this earlier to the group, actually. I'm trying to find a new buyer for this property deal that fell through. But all I did was talk about the property and then text message a code. So you could say text message XYZ to this number to learn the price of this open house.
Mm-hmm.
And I might say to learn the price and to be notified when there's a price reduction or something like that. And then you said landing pages, right?
Right.
So let's go ahead quickly. Try to do this quickly. So we'll go into the dashboard here. Let's make a quick landing page. I could go to lead generation in the dashboard, build landing page. 1, 2, 3 main open house.
And I always say go slowly and methodically when building those, otherwise you're going to get eye twitch. So take it slow.
Okay, here we go.
That's my rule of thumb.
Yeah, I mean, there's, let's see, and we could do the line right here, 4:30 to 5:30. You could put a little bullet points about the property there. You could also set the background image, so you could upload the primary MLS image. So let's say I have this one, I have a UID here. Let's see if it works. I'm going to grab the MLS number. Oops. And I'll plug that in. And that should change the background to that property. Pretty cool, right? And I could run an ad that sends people to this page for more details.
And the cool thing about this, you guys, is when a lead drops their email address in and or their phone and clicks that orange button, they are within 10 seconds, instantaneously, basically, they're brought into your dashboard as a lead. You can hashtag them to track them. You can send them to specific content like an open house, or maybe it's a lender program or something, whatever you need to send them. And they're also going to be pre-logged in on the front side if you're sending them to a web address associated with your domain with your dashboard. So basically in 10 seconds, they're a new lead, they're forwarded the information, you've got them tagged so you can track them, and they're pre-signed in so they're not going to be asked to log in once they land there. So it's just basically instantaneous leads coming into your dashboard.
Yeah, I was thinking of that the other day, and I was actually going to do today's session strictly on this landing page feature. I think we'll do it next week. But that is a really big benefit what Annalisa just talked about. I run a lot of Facebook lead ads, but the problem with those is that people then have to re-log into your conversion site.
Right.
So personally, what I want to start playing with more is driving traffic directly to these landing pages, knowing they'll get logged in and it'll track the views of the property. So. Yeah, it's all a matter. You can test all these different versions. They all have their benefits. I like the text codes because you're just going to get a real cell number every time. But you probably have less people texting you. People know these days that they're giving up their cell number. And this option will give you probably less leads but higher quality. If somebody's going through that process and then they're searching on your site, and if you just want quick, down and dirty, easy, just drive traffic to the page on your site.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, that's if you really just want to get exposure for the listing and have people show up, I would go. This is where I'd go first. Just send them there. Yeah. Cool. Great question. Though we could probably do a whole session on open houses as well, right?
I think that would be apropos right now for sure. And yes, Dawn, this is being recorded, and we'll be pushing a recording out later today or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of us use, I actually don't, but a lot of the open house sign riders that you take all that time, or you pay somebody to drop all over town on, Sunday mornings. There is an opportunity. You could buy a custom domain name for, say, this page, right? And you might say weekly list. You might do a page like this: weekly list of open houses in Pinellas County, delivered to your inbox every Friday, right? Something like that. And then you could buy a domain like Pinellas County Open Houses and attach that to those sign writers and to all the open houses that you have. I don't know, just a thought that came to mind. And then you would hashtag these people open house, and then every Friday you just have to send a blast email out. And of course you can, I know I'm going in a lot of directions here, I don't know, Lisa, but you would then, and then the link you're going to send out is you're just going to run a search on your site for the open houses, right? I believe we can do that.
Yes.
So I would just go to more search options here. Go to.
Well, you could do this on your dashboard too.
Okay, from the back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would go to open house, click search. I can do it from there, or in the dashboard, I would go to.
Well, I would say you would want to build a squeeze page for open houses so you can drop in a tag, a hashtag, so you can track everyone who came in via that link.
Yeah, that's another good point. So that custom domain, Pinellas County Open Houses, you could either make them sign in to get it. That's a really good point. So you could build the landing page, or you could just drive them to the page. This link is always going to be evergreen when I build it. So open house, Pinellas. There we go. Then I run search. Oops. Now, can I generate a link for this?
Which one are you looking for a link? Oh, for those particular properties there?
Yeah, I would have to. I should do it from the front, right?
Yeah. No. If you pop down into in the website.
Right.
Let me make sure because they changed it. Yeah, and then search website. No, not that one.
Oops, sorry.
Right above, yeah. Yep. This is basically the back end via your dashboard access of what your leads use on your website. You just don't have to open up your website. So you can build your list right here.
So point being, run a search for open houses, send people to that link, and this link that you generate with all the open house on it is the same from week to week. You don't ever have to change it. You could even create a drip campaign that always sends every 7 days this link once a week. So
just keep in mind only one drip can be assigned at a time.
Yes, good point. Yep. So that's cool. You know what this would also be good content for your regular drips. We've talked in the last few weeks about adding niche focused search results as drip emails that offer interesting content. You might just go into your existing drip campaigns and say every 10 days, go, hey, here's the list of this week's open houses. And it doesn't matter when it falls, it's always going to show the upcoming open houses. So people will feel like you're doing something cool for them by giving them that list. Yeah. Cool. We got lots of good. This is great, guys. Thank you for all the questions. What else we got?
Hey, Will, I just did respond on how to go through the training of saving landing pages. Just keep in mind that once you've saved a landing page, you cannot edit it. That's why I always say slow, methodical, thoughtful, because once you save it, it's done, and you have to recreate it if you want to start over.
I'm going to lobby hard for an upgrade on the landing page, but let's
It's
keep it
happening.
positive today.
No, it's on the slate. It's on the slate.
Okay,
I
good.
don't have an ETA, but I know it's on the radar because I've been like bugging on that too.
So this was one of those things that this was years ago, but I asked Justin to build, and he was able to, like, in an afternoon create our current landing page generator, and it's awesome. But I think it is due for a
it's a little upgrade.
So is this being recorded? Yes, we'll have that on the. What else we got? Any other questions?
Derek Houston was asking, hey there, Derek, create a Zap. So you can create a Zap to create a new lead and conversion. So they are automatically created after completing the Facebook lead ad. It saves the trouble of annoyance when signing up when they hit your KV site. So you're just saying you could use a Zap to make sure that it's a smooth transition. And when we hit really well on Zaps last week, which was amazing.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, we definitely do that. The thing I'm talking about is the situation where they have to go and log in again because we don't have the API to tell conversion to log that person in. And one of the ways around that I'll mention right now, land them on a blog post with a thank you video and tell them what's about to happen. So you could say, I was trying to bring up my deals list, but it's buried. You could say, hey, thanks for opting in for XYZ. I'm going to email you the link right now. You can send that link via the Zap. And just so you know, my system might make you log in again. Something like that.
Yeah, I think setting that expectation and using those words that are purposeful, like this is what I am doing, this is what is going to happen, this is when I will follow up.
Yep. Yep. And one of the features, I'm going to say it publicly, that I've been begging for a long time, but I think it would be great if we had the ability to set an evergreen thank you page, or to set the thank you page on the fly before somebody goes into the property results, so that we can do those kinds of things. But you can definitely do it on your own. You can even land people on blog posts, or you can create specific landing pages that give that video as well. We have the video landing page templates here. Build landing page. Difference between a landing page and a squeeze page. The way that Conversion talks about it, there was a question. Basically, this is a landing page, and then a squeeze page is just a list of properties with link, and then they're forced to squeeze. The lead is squeezed from there. It's a little different in common internet marketing parlance, where this might be your squeeze page, and the other one's more like a landing page. Anyway, so up here is what I'm talking about with that video view. You could create a nice evergreen thank you page here and redirect people to this after the Facebook lead ad if you wanted to. Oh, you know what else you could do? This is tricky. All right, guys, I'm riffing a little bit. You could, off of those lead ads, you could do a video plus lead. This is interesting.
Don't go down the rabbit hole.
No, I know. But say you put your thank you video here and you said, hey, you just need to confirm your email for me down below. Continue to the list. It was a little more work, but in order to keep this congruent and smooth, there's a big advantage to having people see your face, of course, in that video anyway, so that they know who you are. When you start sending follow-ups, the expectations are set, and you get to build a little bit of rapport right here on the video. So for those of you guys who are generating your own leads, specifically with Facebook lead ads or other pages, definitely do a video page like this. And I think you could get away with saying, confirm email. I'm going to set the submit button to say confirm email. And then I would just record a quick video, something like this. Mind if I record it now? Where is it? There you go. This is Screencast-O-Matic. So anytime I want to do something like this, I launch it. I go webcam, and I would just say, thanks for accessing my land list here in St. Pete. It's paradise. You're going to love these listings, and you should definitely move here and build a new house. All I need you to do right now is just confirm your email address down below. You'll be instantly logged in to see the whole list. I've also sent you another email with some bonus links to other listings in our area, like foreclosures, new construction, so on. So that's that kind of video. Even if you look like hell like me, or you're wearing a crazy Oleg mask like I was in the beginning of the session, that'll go a long way toward making people get to know you. Building rapport, and also that's a nice smooth way to transition them into having to log in again off of a lead ad. So cool. Let me delete that. All right. Take 4:20 off. No, that's more like 11:20 p.m. All right. Yeah, dev team must hate you. Yeah, I like. All right, so Lisa, don't get confused. Lisa's saying she's confused. Yes, that is going to happen. You can always watch this in slow motion. And a lot of the purpose of these training sessions is not that you have to know how to do everything on the spot or even do all the ideas that come up. It's more just to kind of like store it in the back of your head so that in the course of building out your practice, and building out technical funnels, you have these ideas to play off of. But I would personally work on one project at a time. Don't even watch these live from week to week. Just focus on one thing at a time. All right. Yes, I guess I did just do 10 things in 15 minutes. I didn't even have my medicine today, so I don't know.
Yeah, you went a little squirrel, but it's going to be okay.
All right. Well, that was the full session for this week, I think, Annalisa. On that note, the fire hose is now going to be turned off. Thank you guys all for being here. Annalisa, anything else?
Well, I guess I will just double dog dare all of you to jump into your actively searching and not actively searching and make sure you've got your alerts set up. So that's my double dog to you this week.
Cool.
Give those leads the eyeball.
Cool. Yep, I promise next week when I'm live here, mine will all be cleaned up, Annalisa, for you.
Yeah. I'm going to write it down. I'll be checking.
Yep. Okay, guys, have a great one. We'll get the recording live as soon as possible on the Facebook page and in the group.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.